Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sir Juman. My ID is 181352405. I have completed my thesis, which is titled as a trial model to ensure the consumer's interest and right on imported product through blockchain technology. And it is supervised by Mr. MD Khaled Sohail Sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Software Engineering. There is always trust issue in our modern days supply chain or traditional supply chain, and there is always high demand of energy and oil all over the world. Something we never guess that there will be COVID-19 pandemic. We cannot guess what will happen in incoming years. Maybe another pandemic or maybe something worse than that. Maybe World War III. We cannot guess. But true fact is the price of oil is still increasing and it is getting out of control day by day. We cannot do anything about it because it's not in our hand. But what we can do is we can detect any kind of unauthorized stocking of oil. We can prevent unauthorized or illegal stock filling. We can prevent sudden price hike. We can prevent intermediaries to disrupt those are trying to disrupt the market in different distribution level. So how we can do this? We can do this by integrating or applying these theories and technologies like supply chain management, oil supply chain, blockchain technology, decentralized system, Ethereum, smart contracts, consensus mechanism, etc. Suppose a importer imported 5 ton soybean oil under a LC 1 month ago. LC means letter of credit. Suppose recently the oil price has increased a lot. Now the importer thought it's the right time. Let's stock the oil few more days. Let's make artificial shortage in the market. Then increase the price and make extra profit. Right. So, but why should you do that? Because when you have imported the oil, it was in regular price and it didn't cost you any extra money. So why you are trying now to trying to make extra profit by illegally stocking the oil? So this is inhuman and we shouldn't do this. So here are our research objectives according to our research questions. So our main objective is to ensure that consumers can reverse track any product details and can confirm the authenticity of the product. And we'll try to ensure the traceability of the price of a product. So in our modern day supply chain or traditional supply chain, there is no reverse track possibility or facility where suppose if a consumer want to know who is the importer of the product or who is the distributor, who is the retailer, or where is the main sourcing of the product. So there is no way he can do that. So in our supply chain we always follow the forward flow. That means from sourcing to importer, then distributor, retailer, then consumer. So but our trial will try to ensure that consumer can reverse track of product by our trial model. And the main benefit is the governance or any body can detect and prevent unauthorized illegal stock filling in the market. So here are some literature review. So I have reviewed some related and relevant literature, and here I have short noted the findings from those papers. I have added reference of these papers in the last slide, and here are some most important findings from these research papers. So I'm skipping it. So our research methodology will be mainly simulational, where we have used hybrid blockchain technology by integrating the smart contracts. And here is our proposed trial model. So let me explain it. So here are the different actors involved in our whole supply chain in different distribution level. Those are importers, refiners, distributors, retailer, and consumer. Here consumer is the our end stakeholder. Okay. So importer imports the crude oil. We all know that oil is mined uh, from underground, and the importer imports it as a crude oil under the LC. Then they refined it with the help of refiner company, and after that they start packaging and distribute it to the market. Here in each in interaction between two actors, we will apply smart contracts. So it will decrease the use of paperwork, and our smart contract will be immutable. So we are trying to what is we are trying I am trying to say with the keyword immutability. So immutability is a thing that if a successful transaction happen or recorded, you cannot tamper the data or transaction details of that record. It is completely immutable or not changeable, and it is easily detectable if anyone uh, change the data or try to change the data. Okay, so how you can detect that, or you may or there may arise a question that if there is an unwanted mistake, so how you can correct that mistake. Suppose you have already did a transactions, and there after sometimes you have noticed that there was a error which was unwanted. So you can change that. You cannot change the existing block which have already created, but you can make a new transaction or new block with the reference of the previous block. So there will be, that means there will be two blocks which were the wrong and right, or that I am trying to say the referencing block and the previous block both will exist, and thus we can detect or correct any mistake happens unintentionally. Okay, so let me explain a few more. uh, so importer imports the crude oil, and then refiner company refines it. Then distributor and collects it from the refiner. Retailer collects it from distributor, and consumer collect it from local store or retailer. So at the end, there is a QR code where the consumer can scan, and their information will be shown, like under which LC this product is imported, who is the refiner, uh, who is the distributor, who is the retailer, what was the imported price, what is the selling price, so that the consumer can be satisfied there and can ensure that there is no unexpected price gap between the imported price and the selling price. So here is another thing, that LC approval algorithm, which will ensure that no importer can stock their oil unintentionally, import the oil for with their illegal intention. That means suppose importer will not be able to apply for new LC until they have already distributed more than 80% of previous LC. right? So no one, so there will be a track that if, for example, if importer imports 5 ton oil, he have to distribute at least 4 ton oil until when he is applying for the next LC, otherwise he will not be able to apply. So this algorithm will ensure this mechanism. Here is the structure of our architecture of our smart contracts. So this is importer smart contract, and this is refiner distributor smart contract, which is the major smart contracts of our model. And here is the instrumentation which we have used to test and develop our model. So here is Ganage. Ganage is a private blockchain server which is mainly used for personal development and testing the blockchain. And another one is MetaMask Google Chrome extension. It is a Ethereum wallet which we have used for transactions of ours in the blockchain. Truffle is a complete IDE for decentralized application development for Ethereum based. Okay, and Visual Studio Code, I have used it as a code editor. Proof of work, it is basically a theory, established theory, and it is one of the most popular type of consensus mechanism. So where in proof of work, every participating node will receive the ledger or record as a proof, and there will be no central database like that. So peer-to-peer network, it is also a theory or mechanism, distributed ledger and WebG. So here is the home page of our decentralized application for oil importers, where this is in a premature stage because I have tried a new technology and I was not able to do furthermore, but I am willing to work with this in future. So I have developed primarily that an importer can add his LC details by including LC number, imported name, amount of oil, and other relevant information. He can enter and submit it, and this will store, and there will be block after successfully submitting. And we have ensured that the data inputted by the importer will be immutable, and the chain will disrupted if somehow data is changed. And though it is not possible, but suppose somehow anyone have managed to change the data of a blockchain, so what will happen? So in that case, we know that blocks in the blockchain, each block is connected with one another with a hash key, and hash key is referenced from the previous block. So if someone changed the data of a specific block, the hash of the previous block will be changed and the chain will be broken. So that's how we can easily detect, and no one will be able to disrupt the data. And the main in that case, or we have used blockchain technology as a solution for that, as a solution for the problem, because there is no solid alternative of blockchain technology for data tampering issues, and it is most promising technology. That's why we have used it. Okay, and we have tried to contribute to modifying the modern oil supply chain and tries to make it better and smarter. So the huge of amount main thing is the huge amount of data can affect the latency and lack of backup, and it can cause our data loss. So for more accurate data and for getting up-to-date data, we can integrate different types of IoT devices and sensor devices to get real-time data, more accurate data. So the model will be more acceptable, more it can ensure more transparency, and which we can consider as future research scope. So that's all. Thank you.